Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So Human Operating System video channel is only for educations and technology. Today I'd like to share with you something extremely critical for Wing Chun and for traditional Chinese martial arts. The inspirations lead me to share this with you is in the past few days I have discussed with many Wing Chun friends and traditional Chinese martial art friends. I often ask them, so what do you see on my recent videos, say the takedown zone, the 一级靠右马 and so forth. And what I found out is people get stuck in something called techniques while have no idea what is going on. So it is like an example is we can compare iPhone 1 and iPhone 2, but we don't know what is inside that iPhone 1 or iPhone 2. Or we can compare the Apple phone with the Android phone, but we have no idea what is inside that. We just look at the casing, okay? And this is a disaster if we continue going on this way. So that's why I like to clear this out with you, this clear, black and white and mathematically, okay? So here on, at least we Wing Chuners know what is going on, okay? It has to be this clear. See, I am not interested in giving you fish. I am interested to show you how to fish so that you can fish. You can fish crocodile, you can fish salmon, you can fish even shark. Instead of, oh, today I give you a fish, salmon, tomorrow I give you a tuna, and then we all talk about, oh, this tuna, how good is this, how good is this, but you don't have the entire view, and that, well, I can make a lot of money for that, right? You want this, I give you the solution. You want this thing, I give you this fish. But my interest is not doing that, because it's about education and technology. Once we do that, we will never progress because we have no idea what it is. Okay? So of course, this channel is only for those who like to know what is going on. Like for those design engineer, they know what it is. Instead of for the people who watching movies saying that, oh, this guy fight Tyson, this guy fight Muhammad Ali, well, he's good at this, his jab and so forth, but doesn't know the full story of what is going on. Well, those can be entertainment and can be fans of some kinds of movie stars, but it doesn't solve the issue. Does one not be able to get it, not be able to grow? Okay? So, the questions we like to ask is, what is form? Form. See, if you go ask around in the whole entire world, when you ask what is form, what is Liu Lin Tao form? People say, well, that is the encyclopedia, that is the textbooks of Wing Chun, that is the dictionary of Wing Chun. Okay? And then that is actually put together with combining or choreography different techniques so that it teach one how to flow with the techniques. So one learn these techniques and that techniques in the 小林桃 form, and then one learn how to flow with it. Okay, so the next question is, so what is techniques? You say, well, 小林桃 is teaching techniques. So what is techniques? What is techniques? Okay, like what is your 攤磅服? Well, then people say, well, the 攤磅服 is your a type of move, a type of posture, a type of move so that you can do a counter attack. Well, that's what all about it. If you ask on this form, like for example, 小林桃 in your Wing Chun, you ask the Tai Chi guy, they talk about that the same thing, and then they'll say, well, this is a force, Fa Jing, and so forth. There's Qi, and there's spiritual, and all kind of stuff. Really, what is it? Really, what is it? What is form? What is techniques? Until we know what the heck it is exactly, we really don't know what it is. We just mimic posture. That's why you look at people in this past few decades when the MMA and other arts so become more and more popular. They're just thinking, well, you know, you guys Chinese martial art just do form, and one can do a form entire life. Still don't know what it is. Still don't know what they are developing. And the key word is always, you just do long enough so that you will get it some days. But you know, you look around for past 100 years, who get it some days? So if you have say a few million people do it for say 100 years and nobody got it, so do you still want to get it? Okay. So what is my point? My point is to tell you in the mathematical or engineering way. Here on, you don't have to do that. You don't have to waste your life. You don't have to be trusting me, believing me. You don't. Okay? And for those who don't want to be a fan of movie stars or these techniques do this, these techniques do that, just compare techniques like, you know, how to say that, like when we are kids, we just compare, this marble is good for this marble is good for that, this, you know, those kind of stuff. If we don't want that, this is for you. If you want to be in the entertainment and all those kind of stuff, following religions, whatever, you know, religions, belief or whatever, or entertainment, stop watching now, because it will waste your time. Okay, but if you want to know, get down to it, you want to get something out from your training and development and know exactly what it is and be able to improve it, then let's go. So what is the techniques? Let's say a techniques. Why? Let's start with the technique first. Because techniques, we say that form is a collection of techniques, right? Form is made up or put together with different techniques so that one can learn the techniques and learn how to flow and so forth, so forth. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. The issue is, so what is techniques? Okay, so let's get it. Techniques, mathematical wise or engineering wise, techniques is just functions of impulse momentum. While impulse momentum is a function of body mechanic or body conditioning, and body conditioning is a function of time. Okay? So, techniques is a function of impulse momentum. And the impulse momentum is a function of the body mechanics or body conditioning. And body mechanics and body conditioning is a function of time. So another word is, techniques is an impulse momentum, a type of impulse momentum which depend on your body mechanics or body conditioning. And your body mechanics and body conditioning is depend on time, which is your age, your aging. because you're human. You're not Superman. Okay. So techniques is this equation. We like it or not, this is what it is. Until we know this, we don't know what technique is that. That's serious. Now, so you can say, well, you know, Henry, I don't agree with you this opinion. You know why? Why this is true? You look at the 1850 Shulin Tao Creed. That's exactly what they tell you in mathematical way. Okay? You look at the Shaolin Sword Strike Art Classic. That's what it tell you. It's not just tell you this is Tan or this is a hook punch, and then whenever he do this, you do a hook punch. No. A hook punch, you need to know what type of momentum, what type of impulse momentum it is. Well, I can do a hook punch this way, or I can, you know, turn my body this way. So which momentum is that? Hook punch. The second thing is, I need to have this body mechanic, because the impulse momentum is dependent by body mechanics or body conditioning. Have I trained, conditioned my body to do that thing? Now, on one level down is, I can do this, say, very heavy, this punch. When I'm 30 years old, when I'm 90 years old, can I do it? That's aging. Okay? So different styles have their different uniqueness in the impulse momentum. Like you talk about Jiu-Jitsu, they are good in the takedown and the ground fighting. Those are the uniqueness of their handling of the impulse momentum. You talk about Western boxing, they are in the long fist range and some short strike range. That's their impulse momentum. You talk about Wing Chun. Wing Chun is, sticking body Wing Chun is in the short strike range and the takedown range. That is their uniqueness. So because of their uniqueness different, their physical mechanic development is different. Those are different stuff. It's not like usually, well, this Wing Chun techniques look like the Tai Chi techniques. That means one jump gun, one have no idea what is the momentum, no idea what is the body mechanics, and thus how is one going to make that thing works? That's straightforward, okay? However, if we keep in saying that form is just made up of combinations, collections of techniques, and techniques is a move and posture, and Wing Chun techniques is the same with the Tai Chi techniques, well, then you're stuck, because there is so many things under these techniques, and so this age is important. Sure. Just take it seriously. If you are 30 years old, you can do how many chain punch? How many chain punch with one breath? One exhale. When you are 60 years old, how many chain punch you can do with one breath? What is the speed? We like it or not, it's influenced like that. Okay? It's depending on the aging. Until this is well known, one do not know the techniques, and one really don't know what to do about it. Because if I'm old, you are young, and have to face you, then I have to come up with the techniques, which is taking considerations of all the issue: momentum, body mechanics, and aging. Okay? So now you see, it's not like, well, Hendrik say this is K-Zhang, and then tomorrow everybody do K-Zhang. You need to know what type of momentum, impulse momentum, what kind of body mechanics needs to be conditioned, and what kind of age they're suitable for. Okay, we need to get to this level. Otherwise, Wing Chun dead. because this is 1850. This is the 1700 Xiulin Tao, 1700 Shaolin short strike. Without this, what can we do? And like the other day, in order to develop the body mechanics, you need a sequence. Okay, you need to know the synchronizations of the body mechanics. You need to know the sequence of developing it. And then when you go up to the level of impulse momentum, they still need a sequence and sequence and the synchronizations. Okay, so synchronizations, and then under synchronization you need the sequence. So you have to synchronize your body breathing and your strength. The synchronization, but then your body is not going to right away be able to synchronize with your strength. You need to develop the sequence of the body, the breathing, and the strength. So say, well, Hendrik, who said this? Well, go read the Shaolin Short Strike Canon. Then he said that you want to have strength, you better get your breathing proper. Okay, and as I show here in previous channels on the E.G. Kamyongma, so there's this part. Okay, you need to develop the physical mechanics or your body conditioning, and need to do it in a gradual way. You'll be able to synchronize your body and your breathing, and then you have to develop it first the body, like I show you in that, this is in the E.G. Kamyongma video. You need to be able to handle the physical body properly, and then you sync it with the breathing. However, it's doing in a sequential way. Take care of the body and then take care of the breathing. They are synchronized, body and breathing is synchronized, but you have to do it in a two-step way. There's no way you can jump into like that. Well, jump into like that meaning we don't know. We have no idea, we have no control. So you have that control, okay? Now, another thing is, like for example, let's do the example for this techniques. Okay, techniques is techniques is a functions of the impulse momentum, and impulse momentum is depend on the body mechanics and the aging. Now, you look at that. This is Keizang. This is Keizang is using on the high up stance. Well, if you look at that, the impulse momentum is different. It's a high up impulse momentum. You need a different type of body mechanics, which is a high up mechanics. And then you need to condition and go through the synchronizations and the sequence of the development there. Then one be able to handle this. Now, this is different. This is for the takedown zone, which is a lower stance. And again, the impulse momentum is different. The body mechanics is different. Or the body conditioning is different. This body conditioning and this body conditioning is different. That's why there are different techniques based on different momentum. Okay? So this is critical. And so say for example, This is only for what? For takedown when people is going to take down with your legs and your what do you call it, your waist. Now when you go down to the say the knee, take down, picking the knee, when you go down to the ankle, picking the ankle, so forth, it's totally a different game. Because it is a different impulse momentum, and it need require different type of body mechanics or body conditioning, and that of course is depending on the age. So like the other day I show you the Xiu Lim Tao Part 2 of 1850. Okay, you look at that. Okay, so there are three techniques there. Okay, the kick is the top one. The middle one is the takedown zone for when people grab you on the mechanics you need for grabbing your waist or your leg. Now the guai ma is for if people take you on, go in to take you on your take you down on your ankle. You use guai ma, and the body mechanics has to be conditioned so one be able to go from straight up from the kick, going to the lower stance and going down to the guai ma and be able to shift, okay, to turn. There are many ways of using guai ma. So the point I'm making here is you can look at that sequence just now in the Xiu Lim Tao Part 2 as a part of form, which is actually technique A with the kicks. This is the technique for handling in the waist and leg takedown zone, and this is for the third one for the guai ma stuff is for the ankle, the low takedown zone. There are three zones there, three impulse momentum, three type of mechanics. So is the aging matter there? Yes. When you are young, you can go up and down, which is the training is about. Okay, you look at it. Okay, so when you are young, when we are young, we can do that. But when you are 80 years old, can you go up and down? And if you can, you say, well, I can go up and down. So how fast can you do? The thing is incoming. Say, for example, people is going to take down my ankle. I have to shift out to my guai ma. I'm not going to, not good guai ma. He shoot me in. I'm not going to good guai ma. They try to stop his momentum. No, it is shooting, turning. This is the basic of the body mechanic need to have. Okay, you have to get him go out his way with guai ma. In other words, because at that low you have to train how to walk. Say walk with your knee. Guai ma is knee, right? How to shift there. So again, it is three techniques, three type momentum, three type body mechanics. That's what happened. And for this sequence I just show you for the part 2 of the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao. Young people do that. Old people, they don't do that anymore. So they just go like they do kick, and then they just lower their body a little bit, and then they don't do go guai ma. They just turn their stand. That's how it is. That's why that lower part of the body lost. So you have middle, the kick middle level, and then the takedown level 1, takedown level 2. The sets, when one get older and older because of the dependency of the aging, the sets become get into only the high techniques and the takedown techniques 1, maybe some, but takedown techniques 2, when one's aging more and more, one don't do that anymore. And then when one is 80 years old, one just only do the kick level, no longer the body going down to takedown level 1, takedown level 2. So back to this again. If we have no idea of this, you said, well, Hendrik, how come when you are young you do this, now you old you don't do that? So say for example, if I teach some student, they say, no, Sifu, do it. That's a guai ma when he teach me. And then other students say, no, Hendrik never do that. He just kick and then he turn his body around. Well, then you fight. Okay, all the students fight. So today I do this is for what? Once for all, you need to know all this momentum, this impulse momentum, and this mechanic stuff. Okay. It is that is the criteria of the reference. It's not Hendrik. So the Buddhism have a term. It's called follow the Dharma, not follow the people. Okay. And of course, if you have only the Keizang and the lower stance, you are not going to be able to take the take down, come to take your ankle. You need to go guai ma because it's go that low already, and you need to know, you need to be able to move out of the path. Okay, so guai ma is not just sitting down there doing a pose. No, the guai ma can go straight in. The guai ma can go shift left and right, or after shift right and right in the same time, turn. If you want to fight somebody who is face somebody who is doing leg takedown, the what they call it, the ankle takedown, you need to be able to do guai ma in that 3 directions. Otherwise, what are you going to do? And you say, well, no, I'm just doing the kicking in that level. Forget about it. You have an empty hole there where you cannot gut when people come at you. Then you say, well, I have this footwork, that footwork. Again, forget about that. Because one need to know how to deal with it. It is momentum again. And it's based on your body mechanics, we like it or not. This is the reality. Okay? So, we cover different style, have different impulse momentum uniqueness. Thus they train, they develop their different body mechanics and body conditioning. Like the Western boxer who box, who do shadow boxings, and the jiu-jitsu guy who roll every day, they have different type of momentum and different type of mechanics. And depend on their age, a boxer of 20-year-old and a Western boxer of 60 years old is different. A jiu-jitsu in the 20 years, and the guy who is after 40 is different. Even you have the same momentum, the same mechanics, your body age, your body wear and tear, it just make it different. So you might not be able to do that techniques that well anymore. So form is just a collections of all these things. But form cannot be stopped saying that form is just a collection of techniques. So what is techniques? Okay, hope that you see that what my point. So let me tell you this. People who study with me, these few days I was checking with them, checking on them. And it is usual when people have no idea of this, then will say, well, Hendrik, you have shown me this before. You have shown me this before. Well, however, this thing right in front of their face, they don't see it. Like people who like force flow, who study force flow with me, were keeping every day talking force flow, force flow, force flow. Big deal. The real fighting is this. This is the full equation. Force flow is just a part of this body mechanics. So right now it become what? Seeing the trees, don't see the forest anymore. And just keeping chasing for trees. Or somebody who study with me say, well, Hendrik, this technique is good for this. Okay, I have to have this plum flower footwork to counter the takedown. Are you out of your mind? Do you know how you handle your body when the people come in? Even you want to use footwork to walk away, you need to know how is that momentum come in so your body be able to respond to it. Simple, right? Say people do say waist takedown. Don't even talk about the ankle takedown. What are you gonna do? You say I'm gonna walk away. Are you keeping to walk away? What the people is gonna keeping attack you? How many times can you walk away until they get you? But if you know the mechanics, you know the thing, then you can say, okay, I can walk away this way. If I don't know, I just keeping running. It's like a tiger chasing a cow. How many times do you think the cow can avoid it before it gets slammed by the tiger? But if the cow know how the tiger will come, then you say, okay, I want to make you know that you are not going to win if you come this way. That's the first priority. And then I can run. But until I be able to make you know that you are not going to get advantage this way, you're going to attack full force. And I'm going only go to run. And the more I run, the more I'm going to go down. Because there's no solution. Okay? So, form in all traditional martial art is like that. Now, again, as what I just now saying that, people even who study with me, they say, well, Hendrik, you don't do this, don't teach me this. After I die, people say, well, Hendrik, don't teach this, don't teach that. This is my real teaching, secret teaching, because I'm the last student of Hendrik. Okay, so, because this equation is not clear out, that is where the art lost, and that is where the teaching is incomplete. You don't have, see, we need to have a comprehensive basic. The art is keeping evolve. The teaching has to be complete with the basic, like this. This is a complete teaching. It doesn't matter you go 1,000 years later from today, this stand. This is called complete teaching. But the art is never complete. Why? Like for example, just now, you know, the sequence in the Xiu Lim Tao part 2. Okay, the kick, the lower stand, the go lower in the Guai Ma. That's just the basic. And then people who master that be able to change. That's where they start to design another set. Maybe 5 years later, people know this what I'm talking about today. They say, okay, let's do another set for Wing Chun. They start in their lineage. Okay. Now it's based on what Hendrik said. The level, the short strike level, the level 1 takedown, level 2 takedown. Let's make a set of how this thing will change based on this. Nothing wrong with it. They can go practice with their friend in the jiu-jitsu or the wrestling, and then they say, okay, this is good techniques. Now I want to do this. put it together based on this. It's still using the Xiu Lim Tao Part 2, that sequence I show you as the basic, but they grow and then they make it a set. Well, that is exactly how it is. What the Wing Chun ancestors do when they create more sets, which is legit. On the other hand, when people do not understand this, then they add on things, or they decrease things, or they get in Tai Chi or this and that without concern of what I'm saying just now and I present to you just now. Then there's that track. It become that thing is like you don't even know what is the engine of the car. You don't even know whether the car engine works or not. You're keeping putting different type of chassis, and then appearance, and then it still moves slowly, but you have no idea that it can turn and all. So form can be incomplete today. Okay, so this is what I'd like to share with you today, and that is why when I wrote this Wing Chun Matrix, that is the impulse momentum part, because people need to know what it is, and we get into the physics, right? I mean, we have to map into physics, because this is scientific already. This is physics. This is mathematics, right? And when I do this, the Wing Chun Inception, right? Just go to the Amazon. You can click and look inside, so that you can see the 1850s Xiu Lim Tao, how they think categorized. It is Wing Chun Inception, which is the impulse momentum and the body mechanics. Now you map into sport science, and then you'll be able to verify by the biomarkers scientifically, just like your heart rate variability. So only with this tool, you have this complete equation. You can solve this complete equation, and because you can solve this, your limit is sky high. Because you know this. As soon as you solve this, you satisfy these equations, or this function, you know how to design this function. Everything's legit. It doesn't have to be Hendrik says so, or this grandmaster says so. Because what Hendrik says so has to base on this. That's the bottom line. Okay? So again, I like to share and teach how to fish, not just giving fish. Or if you grab me, or you want to take down on my waist or my leg, and then I just do this low stance and this keijang. That is called techniques. If you just see that, you don't know the momentum, you don't have the body condition, how can you do that in the real life? And then you say, well, Hendrik today said that Guai Ma can counter the angle takedown. Then you just say go Guai Ma like that. If one doesn't know the momentum, how to shift out from that thing, do not have the body mechanics, and if this one is 60, 70 years old, you have a cardio issue, you want to go up and down, how can one going to do that? So this is the full picture. I hope that you see that this applies to all comprehensive traditional Chinese martial arts. Those are not moron, okay? If somebody designs something without knowing this, you're using this, you can analyze it right away. You know it. That's why when somebody copy Tai Chi or this Fa Jing and all this kind of stuff, you just look into this equation and just look, what the heck is that? I look at your body, look at your impulse momentum, look at your body, does it support it? Look at the aging, you know it. Tai Chi is never a sticking body short strike. How the hell their Jing, their Fa Jing is going to make use in the Wing Chun? It's this equation. Okay? So I know I'm making this engineering-like, scientific-like, mathematics-like, physics-like, sports science-like. Maybe this is a different type of stuff. Well, sure, you can call it Silicon Valley Wing Chun if you want, but I prefer not so. This is just a basic education. The ancient Chinese know about it. It's just that I relay it in today's scientific language so that we be able to get result. We can train effectively, efficiently. We can look at things clearly. There's no need to argue. My lineage this way, your lineage doing this way. This is just my way, my lineage way, my grandmaster way. Look into this. So it doesn't matter the guy who do it is a grandmaster or not. If it is satisfied this, it is legit. It is a democratic world. It's not. It is not one man say it or the cult like. There's always a cult leader which is all know it all. If you don't know, you don't know. Like I said that the other day. If you don't know K Zhang, you think Wing Chun is Tampong folk. Well, when you get into that range, that takedown range for taking weights and the leg, you don't have tools. You don't have mechanics. You don't know the momentum. How are you gonna deal with that? Okay, it's all technical stuff. So this is to share with you today. I know this is maybe is not easy to understand because it's a lot of engineering, mathematics, and so forth. But we need to know this because it is this deep. Okay, so internal art is this deep. If people say internal art is based on Taoism, based on Buddhism, based on philosophy, and have no idea of this, walk away. They don't know what they are talking about. That's for sure. Like it or not, fighting is an exchange of impulse momentum. It depends on the body mechanics, conditioning. It depending on our age. Because we're just simply human. It doesn't matter it's Chinese 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years later, or or American 10,000 years later. It's the same thing because we're just human. We live in a physical world.